Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Origin Spotlight. As always, I am your host, B. Zelda. My pronouns are they, them, and I am joined by an incredible individual, Debbie of Wise Wizard Games. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. So for folks who might not know, what is Wise Wizard Games?
Sure. Wise Wizard Games, we are a board game company. We actually make board games and digital games. We're most well known for our original deck building game, Star Realms, which is a sci-fi deck building game. It won 7 Game of the Year awards and was super popular. And since then have come out with a range of games. And our games are, in general, like very easy to learn and teach, like you can demo to someone in 5 or 10 minutes, but also very strategic. Our background is in strategic competitive gaming. So it's a nice combination of easy to learn how to play and that depth of strategy, and not super expensive. Board games are getting like crazy expensive.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We try to keep our games on the lower end of the price scale.
That's excellent. Are there ever any tournaments that you host for these games?
Oh, yes. We run a lot of tournaments.
Love that.
Our CEO, Rob Doherty, his background is in running large events. He used to run massive events for Wizards of the Coast, and he is a Magic the Gathering Hall of Famer. So he loves competitive gaming. So at Origins is actually the convention that we love to run our premier events. We've always found it like really nice working with the Gamma team. And so we've run like $10,000 championships. We're still working on our plans for this year, but we generally always run a Legend series for Hero Realms and Star Realms. And with the Legend series, if you win, you become a card in the game.
What?
So we will take like a picture of you. I'm going to show you an example. This is not someone that won, but this is Mandy Hutchinson, if you know her. And this art is based on her. It's on the cover of Hero Realms. But that's an example of a piece of art that was based on someone's likeness and then turned it into a piece of art. So it's pretty amazing. It's an awesome prize. We also have trophies, and, in some cases we do cash prizes. And then we do a lot of casual tournaments as well at Origins, where you just can casually play, and you might win a play mat if you win. And those generally run every day. And at our booth, we do demos, so you can sit down and learn how to play any of our games in 5 or 10 minutes. So super easy,
excellent.
Fun. Yeah. And we have promo card. We give away promo cards to our games at the booth too. So if you just demo, you can get a promo card.
That's marvelous. I do have a follow-up question, but I just really want to focus on the fact that, like, if somebody gave me the option between like a trophy or getting my likeness as a card, easily the card. That's it. I've never even considered that as a reward. That trumps everything. That's fantastic.
Yeah, well, you should play in our tournament then.
I might have to. Don't mind me just shopping online right now.
Yeah, so we have a digital game for Star Realms and Hero Realms, so you can practice online ahead of time if you want to learn the games and get better at the games. A lot of our winners have gotten really good playing online, and then they get together. Origins is actually where a lot of our community comes together. So we have an online Facebook group that was created by our fans, which is awesome. And many of them will get together. We've run community events at Origins. So at Brucadia, upstairs from Barley, there's a lot of cool places in Columbus, but we've run, the last one we did was there, and people loved it. We sort of rented out the whole place and had snacks, and we did a raffle where, we gave out a bunch of games and stuff, and people were just casually playing our games at the tables. It was really fun, and just a lot of people know each other by their usernames, but they haven't met in person. So it was really nice. And we do that at some other conventions as well, but because we have done our bigger tournaments at Origins, and Columbus is, one of the things I like about Columbus is it's pretty affordable to go there. There's a lot of flights in and out, and the hotels aren't crazy expensive either. Mm-hmm. So it's, generally, and it's pretty accessible from, all different parts of the country. So, and we've had people come from other countries as well to come and play in the tournament. So. Yeah,
that's amazing. Well, I'll technically be somebody coming in from another country, just a hop, skip away, but still, it sounds so much more cooler when you say it like that.
We have people from Canada come.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So your presence at Origins this year, what is that going to look like?
So we generally have two areas when we're at Origins. We have our exhibitor booth, and then we'll have our events area. So in our exhibitor booth, we'll have a large like sales area where we'll have our full product line. So if someone's a big fan and they want to get, a specific expansion, that's the right place to go. And we'll be demoing our games. So we demo our games the entire time the expo floor is open. You can come by and sit down and demo any of our games. And like I said, they take 5 to 10 minutes to learn really quick. We're going to have our current games, and we always show upcoming games as well. So for example, we'll be showing Robot Quest Arena. This is our new deck building game, which combines robot miniatures battling in an arena. You're a player, sort of like Pokemon. You have your little robot that you're training and battling in the arena. If it's 2 players, you each have 2 robots and you're battling your opponent's 2 robots. So it's a combination of deck building and movement around in the arena. And there's a lot of really cool mechanics. I like to get the grappling hook where I can grab a robot, pull him over, and then, punch him or shoot him or whatever with my weapons. But yeah, so we'll be demoing that game. It's not yet going to be available at Origins, but we always will have some of our future games that we're demoing there. We have Kapow, which is our superhero dice game. It has the buildable dice where you add sides as you play, which is really cool. Again, can learn how to play it in 5 or 10 minutes. That one's been really popular at conventions. And we'll have our, current games, Star Realms, Hero Realms. So that's sci-fi and fantasy deck building. Sorcerer, which is awesome art, super creepy, where you're an evil sorcerer battling an evil sorcerer with awesome combos. And there's some dice involved as well. And yeah, that game is really a lot of lore behind it. A lot of passion went into that game. Peter Schultz, the designer. And we also have Epic Card Game, which is like a trading card style game. So we tend to have some companies focus on their new game, and they have every table is their new game. We like to have a variety. So if you've already played our existing games, you can see the new upcoming games. Oh, if you haven't played those, well, we want you to play them. Our games, we've reprinted over and over. They continue to be popular over the years. So we are a big believer in, we want to have options for people. And then in our events area, that's where we would do our tournaments. So we'll have casual events. Sometimes we'll do learn to play events where you can know ahead of time and sign up. And we'll do the big tournaments where in the Legend series, the winner becomes a card in the game. Sometimes we do cash prizes. We don't have all of our plans finalized, and I'm hoping to do a community event as well for the Star Realms players, or anyone who plays any of our games. So I'm not sure where and what day that will be, but that's something that I've talked about with the community too. So yeah, I'm excited to do that.
So many things to look forward to. So many things. Oh my goodness. That is going to be unbelievable. Now, you're going to be at this convention as well. Will we find you floating between the 2 areas? Will you be playing games? When you go to a convention, what do you find yourself doing the most?
I wish I was playing games. I'm so jealous of attendees. And I've started going to more conventions, not to sponsor or exhibit, but some additional conventions so I can play games. So I went to Granite Game Summit, which is a small regional convention for me here it's in New Hampshire, just over the border here, so close enough for me from Boston. But I went to that because I just wanted to play games, and so I go to other conventions to play games. But at Origins, I generally will be at the booth in meetings. So in addition to people doing demos and people having our products for sale and people running events, we generally, myself and Rob, the CEO, I'm the COO of the company, we will host meetings where you can sign up ahead of time. So that might be a game designer that has a game that they think might be a good fit. They'll reach out and want to schedule time, and they'll show us their games. It might be a content creator. So a lot of media comes to Origins, and Origins Gamma is really nice. They give us the press list. We can reach out ahead of time and say, hey, you can schedule time with us. So we'll give review copies out at Origins, and other people partners. So our distributor partners or our foreign language partners, we'll meet with them and just do hey, here's our new products that are coming out. How are things going? What can we do to help you? That kind of thing. Yeah. And then just a lot of when I'm in between meetings, it's like people popping by saying hi, and there's constantly like someone waiting to talk. So, and just seeing friends. Origins is a nice show in that it's big, in that, you know, many of the people who are influencers in the industry are there, but it's small enough that if they're there, you'll probably see them at some point. The floor isn't massive. And also, you know, there's a lot of social activities at night, and a lot of people go out at night. Origins is pretty compact in that, like, there's a lot of hotels right around the game fair. So people tend to stay right in that area. And if people are having a social event, you can go to one and then go to another. And the social events, you know, maybe things like the community thing that we run for our players, or, you know, sometimes content creators will run stuff. And sometimes like the Facebook groups have run, you know, community get together, everyone come to Barley's at this time or whatever. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that.
I believe, and our producer might have to confirm it, but this Origins is taking place at the same time as like an art fair, like a big. I'm trying to find the name of it, like an art festival
during the Pride Parade.
Dang, really?
Yeah. So between where the someone typed in here, Columbus Art Festival.
Art Festival. That was just.
Art Festival, sorry. I was like, that's a weird name.
Right.
I love art, so that sounds really awesome.
Yes.
So when I was in Columbus I actually went to Columbus during COVID. My best friend lives in Columbus, and I was completely locked down, but she was having a very big birthday and I didn't want her to be alone. So I drove in my car by myself, very long distance, to see her, you know, with a lot of masks and gloves along the way. But we did walk around, and there was a lot of awesome street art in Columbus.
Ooh.
Yeah, just everywhere. It was beautiful. Oh, it looks like there's not.
Okay, so they're not during Pride this year.
Pride
you got me so hyped for that. I'm like, damn.
Is really like exciting, and like you kind of like, so when you walk out of the convention center, well, one of the sides of the convention center in Columbus, there's this. Okay, I'm blanking on the name, so maybe Adam, who's helping us out here in chat, can tell us the name. But there's this like awesome hall of like really good food eateries, and you can go and get like amazing food. But every year, like while I'm going to go there, I'm like, oh, the Pride Parade is happening like right in that main street. So it's super amazing, and people are like really enthusiastic. So that's cool. Of course, like I'm always working, so like I'm like, hey, this is fun, but I don't get to
like experience it all.
Yeah. So there's really good places to eat, not just in that area, but just all around the convention center, which is really nice.
That appeals to me.
Just little shops and things too. So for people that have like eating restrictions and things, there's a lot of different markets and places where you can go and get like fresh food items. And that's one of the things that I like about it too, is
I love that.
A lot of variety. So
a lot of accommodations, like vegan places or stuff that has a lot of gluten-free options.
And planning our meals for our teams and stuff. So
it's not always easy. It's the local vegetarian. I'm the person where it's just like, well, we could give you French fries and a salad. No, we have so many other options.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's getting better, you know.
It's getting so much better.
Yeah. But yeah, Columbus is, I've been really, really happy with the eating options there and just things to do. So.
Yes. That gives me hope. And like with the art festival going on, I feel like at night or during the evening, we'll be able to walk around, get some good food, look at some really good art, maybe buy some pieces. Who knows? I've never been to this. And again, I
don't know what it is either. I hope there's like outdoor. I used to go to the art festival in Ann Arbor. I hope it's like outdoor little stalls with lots of indie artists. That's my kind of art festival.
That's my favorite thing. And like a nice warm summer evening where you can just walk. I don't know if you can drink outside on the streets, probably not. Okay, there's some places in the US
in like an outdoor bar area, but yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, regardless, it sounds like so much fun, and like just like that paired with Origins Game Fair, I think is going to be delightful.
Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky because my best friend lives in Columbus, so she's always like showing us different places to go out to, and you know, she wants to get together when I'm there, and My first Origins was, a long time ago. I went just to see my best friend, and my boyfriend was working at the convention, and he said, I wasn't in board games. I used to be in high tech. I was an executive in high tech, and I wanted to see my best friend, and he was going to this convention. So I was like, all right, let's go to Columbus together. And then he said, a little short staffed. Do you think you could help me? And I was like, I've never even played your games. He's like, I can show you. And then I ended up demoing. It was Ascension. He's one of the co-designers of Ascension. I demoed Ascension all weekend. And then I've been helping, and then we eventually, started Wise Wizard Games, and he launched Star Realms, and I eventually joined the company full-time, but I've been doing sort of part-time. I was doing like social media for Star Realms on my lunch hour when I was
oh my goodness
in high tech. So so Origins was like my first big show, and it's where I love to go because it's like my best friend lives there, and it's the week of her birthday when it's happening. So it's really great. But last year I went, or maybe it was the year before I went, even though it wasn't happening because I wanted to go see her on her birthday.
Worth it.
Yeah, Columbus is a fun place.
Just quickly reading your chat. North Market downtown. Does that sound familiar, Debbie?
Yes. Really good places are.
Perfect.
They have all different kinds of food. And there's also like a little fresh market where you can get like cheese and fruit and different things like that. I'm trying to think of all the different food there is. There's like, I think there's like Thai food, donuts, waffles, like, it's one of those places where there's just a little bit of everything.
Yes.
A hot chicken place last time I was there.
A melting pot of all the good things.
Yeah, it's really good. I just love fantastic. That kind of place. So
yeah. Well, speaking of good things, I understand Wise Wizard Games does some organized play.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you?
So we do organized play both at conventions. So like we talked about the Legend series that we do at Origins. So Legend series for Star Realms and Hero Realms. And we also do online tournaments because we have our digital app as well. So we've done an online, I mentioned that you could practice Star Realms. We've also done an online Legend series, so you could have competed online and won to become a card in the game. So anywhere in the world you can play, which is great. We also do online tournaments with our Epic Card Game digital app, which so Star Realms is a free app if you want to just try it out and play it offline against the AI, and then it's like $5 if you want to play online and play other people. And we will be giving out free codes, so we give out free Steam codes if you come by our booth so that you can play online. And you won't have to pay for it. So come by our booth and get that if you want to try it out and you haven't tried it yet. Epic Card Game's totally free, and you get like all the cards in the game for free, so anyone can play that. And then Hero Realms isn't out yet. It's in beta. Hero Realms is our like fantasy themed deck building game. It is like Star Realms. It's a pretty quick, easy deck building game when you just play the base game where there's like one center market row. But with the expansions, Hero Realms turns into like a cooperative leveling deck building game. In the app, it's PvP, and there is cooperative as well, where there's different classes. You can pick like what class you want to play as, and you continue to level up and sort of pick which skills you want in like a little digital skill tree. And you can play your characters against other people's characters. So we don't yet have organized play for that, but we will. Like actually, let me correct that. Our community is running tournaments, but so we have community tournaments and tournaments that we run. So there are people in the community that are running tournaments for Hero Realms right now. So basically, because they're not in the app itself, they run them in third-party systems, and you sort of know who you're paired with from that, and then you do a challenge in the game. But to play Hero Realms right now, you have to be in the beta. But by Origins, it will be out, so anyone can get it off of an app store. If you're interested in getting it now, you can get it. You can get the beta through our shop.wisewizardgames.com.
Perfect.
But yeah, that app is awesome, and it's super addictive. And it's nice because both Star Realms and Hero Realms, like the app does all the math for you. So,
oh gosh,
that's one of the nice things about online games. It's not as fun as being in person, but at least like it calculates everything for you. So that's really nice. And it makes it easy to like play lots of different characters and try out all the different skill trees and stuff. So in Heroes, it's really fun. And we'll eventually have digital tournaments for that. Yeah, our fans have, so for Star Realms Board Game Geek, there's tournaments that are run there on the Facebook fan created group. There's tournaments there. There's like fun, goofy tournaments, like the dodgeball format. I don't even know what that is, but there's like
from the movie.
It's just some format they play Star Realms and it's called dodgeball. It's like there's different formats for the different tournaments, and there's a lot of different ones. I don't know how dodgeball works. I think like once you're out, you're out.
Okay, dodgeball rules, you can't buy the ball, you're out. Yeah, like, unless you catch it.
Played like, in the Star Realms, yeah. And we also do on Wednesday nights our designers live stream, so you can play the game designer. If you beat them, you get credits in the game.
Oh my gosh,
that as well.
How could folks join that? Is that on Twitch?
Yeah, on Twitch. Wise Wizard Game on Twitch. Yeah, so it alternates. Sometimes it's Rob, sometimes it's Darwin, the game designers, and then Darwin also streams Saturdays at 11. Although this weekend he's going to play in one of our online tournaments. So we have online tournaments for our realms like ongoing. They're in the app. So if you purchase the Star Realms app or have the free Steam code, in that you can play digitally online. We have tournaments, multiple times a week. And we also do arena. So every week there's a different format. And you can try out that format. So basically like, it might be like, oh, this week, all your cards are going to be this faction, or this week, you're going to get an extra trade each turn. And then, so each week there's a different format, and then you can play other people in that. That just kind of like mixes it up. So people can't get enough of Star Realms. They want every different format possible in the world.
Look at how you're making that. That's marvelous.
We'll do it. Yeah. So we offer a lot of those things, which is nice. And our community is awesome. So we always try to like listen and do what they want us to do. And, we provide prize support. So if someone wants to run a Star Realms tournament at like a smaller convention that we don't go to, or, run something, at their local game store or regionally, we've sent out, prize support to them as well. And for these online ones as well. So we'll send them like play mats or promo cards or whatever, and they'll ship them around to the winners.
That's amazing. That's very accessible. Is that like available worldwide? Like I have a feeling like there's a lot of like South American countries that go bonkers for board games.
Yeah. Yeah. So the digital stuff, yes, people can play anywhere in the world. We tend to do for prizes worldwide, more like the digital prizes, but we do a giveaway every week. So during COVID, we started live streaming because we weren't going to conventions. So we felt like we were missing that connection. Like we really like conventions and we like organized play and just like watching people play our games and seeing like what they like, what they don't like, and just getting that one-on-one conversation. So Rob and I started live streaming. Like we live stream every Tuesday at 11, and we keep doing it even though like lockdown's kind of over at this point. Initially, like our kid was walking in, because nobody was in school. But we enjoy doing that, and we do a giveaway on that every week, and we do that worldwide. Like we do try to do some prizes around the world because we have a lot of customers in other countries. So we go to Essenspiel, which is the big German. That's the biggest.
Oh, yes.
In the world. It's in Germany, and we've gone to that for many, many years. And so we have a lot of cool European customers. We do have a lot of people in South America as well. We have people all over.
Yeah.
So we ship wherever we can ship to. And we also sell, we run Kickstarters, crowdfunding for our games, for not every single game and expansion, but for many of them. And then we're able to reach people around the world. A lot of people who don't have a local game store can get our games.
Oh, that is amazing. Again, I love the accessibility of it. Do you have a favorite game, or is there one that you often win at? That's probably the best way to phrase it.
Well, I mostly play with my husband, and he's the game designer, so I don't win. I will win sometimes, like in Star Realms. And it's something people like about Star Realms is it is somewhat skill-based, but there's some luck of the draw involved. So sometimes I'll just have really good turns, and I will beat them. But over the course of many games, he would definitely win more games than I would by far.
That's fair.
So yeah, so I'd say Star Realms we probably play the most of, and we'll play that on the app as well. Like especially if we're traveling or like one of us is in a different place than the other, we'll play each other in the app.
Aw.
But yeah, and we have other games that we play where we've been trying to. I especially want to play more games. Like I said, we're always working at conventions. So we just recently I've been wanting to go to, there's a local board game night that was like a public meetup, and it's every Thursday. It's one town over from us. And I have been wanting to go for a long time. And it just never worked out. We need a babysitter. We both want to go. And one of my babysitters said, "Oh, do you need me on Thursday? Like I'm available." And I said, "Hey, Rob, will you go to this game night?" And we went, and we had a great time. I was very nervous when we got there. Like, I don't know these people. It could be really good. It could be really bad. And it was really good. The people were like super, super nice. They were very organized. They were like, all right, this is what we're playing now. And we have now for 2 groups. So let's do like 1 4-player, 1 3-player. Like they were very organized.
I appreciate that. There was no like washing, like wishing and washing. Names,
and they knew like what. They asked us like, what kind of games do you play? Do you not play? We happen to be very open. So we like a broad range of games, but generally we try to play games that are like an hour and a half or less.
Yep.
We eventually have to get home. Yeah. So we do know like other game groups that are like, they play like all day, and we just never have like an entire day to play a game. So, but yeah, so I'm trying to do more of that. I'm thinking about maybe doing that this Thursday too.
I hope so. What games did you get to play? Like, did you really enjoy them?
Yeah. We played, he had a lot of German games. He had an eclectic game collection.
Okay.
We played the new Dixit game. I can't remember the name of it. There's a new game set in the Dixit universe. We played that. That was very lightweight, but it was cool. I love the Dixit art. It's really pretty. We played, I want to say La Paloma. We played a game about racing the bull in Spain, but it's out of print. There was like a little bull meeple, and I can't remember the name of it, but that was actually really fun. It was like a little racing game. And it was sort of a push your luck, like you wanted to be in a certain place relative to the bull. You weren't sure when the bull was going to charge. So that was very interesting and fun. And we played some easy, they had these, I want to say it was easy play. You had this whole series of like very quick German games that like, when you have a break and you're waiting for the other game to free up, you can play these games.
That's amazing. They didn't even think of that.
He had a pretty eclectic collection, a lot of out of print games. I was like, what's your policy on your game collection? Can we play any games? And he was like, yes, except for like this one game that's like worth a lot of money.
Valid.
Spilled a drink on it once. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, we tend to try out games that are an hour and a half or less. And that's what this particular game group is set around.
Perfect.
I know they play they have certain games that they play a lot of. So we kind of got there a little late. But next time we'll probably get a chance to play more games. So we didn't bring any of our games. Like usually
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Usually we bring games, but we were like, no, we're just going to go and like play, see what they have and play whatever they're playing. And
playing it cool. Well, it was your first time in there.
Yeah. I mean, we play our games a lot because we have to play them for work. So it's nice to, get a chance to just do something different. So yeah. But I mean, out of all our games, I love Robot Quest Arena. It's probably because it's like fresh and new, and like it has the little robot minis.
Yes,
minis are so cute.
I'd live and die for those. I would just collect
the
those.
Physical aspect of this and moving things around, and like the cuteness of the different cards and what they do. Like there's this card which is like the gumball machine where like you bump into it and shake it and the victory points fall out. So just, I don't know, cool stuff like that. But I like all of our games. I like I was saying, our games are pretty short and pretty easy to play. So they're very,
do the robots come pre-painted?
Yes.
That's exciting. It's a lot of things in like, especially war games, which I guess I wouldn't necessarily consider that because I get like Pokemon vibes. But to get them pre-painted is just
couple of the robots. Yeah, they come pre-painted. I mean, we're working through all the manufacturing of that right now. So these particular bots I'm showing you were hand painted because these are prototype bots. But yeah, but they will come pre-painted. We just felt like, this game has sort of like cutesy art. We want it to be like that kind of game that a lot of people want to try if they don't normally play board games. And we've definitely had people be like, oh, what's this game about? And kids even want to play this game. So,
oh yes.
I think that game is, so pre-painted is just, not everyone's a miniature painter. Okay. My husband's painted miniatures. I would probably I can't even paint my nails. So
same. I would make a mess. They're tiny.
But
it's impressive.
But I do buy miniature games, and I do fantasize that someday I'm going to learn how to paint miniatures. We feel like most of the people that buy our games probably would not paint miniatures, but many will. I mean, we thought about offering these unpainted as well, and maybe we would eventually, but we wanted to have them pre-painted, and that way people can just open it up and it looks amazing. And
for the lazy folks like me, we thank you. Yeah. I very much want to be able to open a game, set it up, and go. Anything Stella,
extra? Dixit Universe. Adam, you're awesome. Stella, that was the name of the Dixit game we played. Oh. Not everyone liked it. It's so funny with game groups, right? Everyone's different, but yeah, that was cool. It was just really cool art.
This game looks incredibly cute. It's just very bright colored.
Yeah. So
I like things that are bright. That's why the robot game is really appealing. The box is bright. The little robots are bright. That pulls me in.
Yeah. So you haven't painted miniatures.
Not a day in my life. I can't paint my own nails, not without painting my fingers and the floor underneath. Or
I'm very attracted to miniatures and terrain and the 3D items. And that's why I'm intrigued. I was asking you before the stream started about D&D because a lot of people bring those elements into it, the maps and everything. I think that's really cool. I mean, it's nice that a lot of the tabletop games have the structure already all created for you, but the creativity when you're building your own world sounds really cool too, an RPG. So Hot Topic, that's where I was telling you I played D&D, and we start the D&D
Hot Topic
store in a mall. We started in a Hot Topic.
That's so perfect. And that sounds like that was an adventure that somebody kind of came up with themselves. It wasn't a pre-written adventure. Those are my favorite. There's a lot of value for folks who write their own adventures, publish it on the DMs Guild and whatnot. But my favorite adventures are the ones that I thought of 30 seconds ago. They run the best for me personally. And that is not, it doesn't go for everybody.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But I feel the same way about D&D that I feel about the board game nights. Just intimidated. I've been in a few different campaigns and a few different groups, and it hasn't always worked out. People have gotten busy and they haven't been able to continue DMing, or I've done one-off. I like doing one-offs because I feel I know there's going to be a start and an end, and I'm going to have an experience, but then it's not as in-depth as the ongoing campaign. So I'm very envious of people that I know that have the same group and they play every week, and it's just this ongoing saga, and they just play until their character dies and then there's someone else. So yeah, I want to play a group like that someday.
Folks like that have overcome the most difficult challenge, and that is scheduling. The hardest part about board gaming, tabletop gaming, even just trying to get together to play video games online is getting together with your friends. But that's, again, why organized play, in my opinion, is so valuable.
Yeah.
If you don't have the time, you don't have the group of friends, you don't necessarily have the tools, organized play is usually set up to support you with the resources, with the people, to get you going, to teach you how to play the thing, to get you involved in the community, to get you interested in tournaments. And
it is really nice. And like I said, a lot of people don't know each other. They just know each other's usernames and star realms, and they either meet online through a community tournament or through, now we have tournaments built into our apps, and then they come in person and they can meet each other at Origin. So they'll do name tags where they put their star realms user IDs on there so they can, know each other. And it's really cool. And we've also had a lot of people post they get together in different regions, they'll go visit each other, people they met through the group. So yeah,
I love that. Again, I've made my most closest friends online through just a mutual game that we had in common. And that trend continues, especially with most of the world moving to online for about 2 years. I've been able to foster so many more friendships through games, and I hope like Origins can continue this. I'm going to be meeting up with a lot of people to see them this game fair or this Origins game fair, and I am so excited for that. Is there any like one thing that you are like insurmountably excited for coming up for Origins?
Just seeing all my friends. I didn't get to go to Gamma Expo, so just seeing lots of people that I know and just that camaraderie and the energy. So I'm looking forward to that because I didn't get to go to Gamma Expo. A lot of people went to Gamma Expo, which is, smaller industry show, but a lot of publishers were there. And so, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing people and yes, playing our games and everything, but just seeing people and catching up with people. I give hugs. So, meeting like people like you, like people that I've met online, but I haven't had a chance to meet in person. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
I think will be pretty easy to find too. We'll just look for some pink hair. Although I won't have pink hair there at that time. Will you still maintain pink hair by then? 2 more months? Yeah. Okay. That's totally fair.
I've been pink for a while now.
Yeah. Without diverting too much, is maintenance okay? Like, do you find that process?
Yeah, I have. I use pink shampoo and conditioner when I wash my hair. And my friend Emily actually convinced me to go pink. She has like multiple shades in her hair. Ooh. I don't know how she maintains that, but if you have a solid color, then you can just use the depositing color shampoo and it maintains it. But I don't know how people do the ombre. Basically, they never wash their hair.
I think that's the solution.
I wash my hair a lot less frequently. I used to always wash it daily, but it's a lot drier when because to make it pink, you have to bleach your hair and then put the pink over it. It is hard to maintain the exact same shade. So sometimes I'll be more neon and sometimes more bubblegum, and it's not my choice. It's just sort of like, how can I say? So
whatever happens after you've washed it.
I might be a darker shade. I might be a lighter shade, but I'll probably be pink because I have like so many glasses and pink things to go with my hair now.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, as we kind of round up towards the end, I have like a series of like 10 convention related questions. I try to do it rapid fire, but there's really no amount of time that you need to answer the question. They're just really silly things. Are you ready?
No.
Perfect.
To be under pressure. You didn't tell me that was going to be like rapid fire at the end.
That's the best part. I need you to be as unaware, as unsuspecting as possible. Okay. I'll get the best answers. All right. First question. What is the best footwear at conventions? Flip-flops, Crocs, sneakers, or other?
I would say sneakers. Vans are very comfortable. Definitely not flip-flops. They break. I've seen people who
gosh.
So we always tell people bring more than one pair of shoes because like a particular pair of shoes will like wear on you in certain places, and if you're on your feet on cement floors all day, it's good to have more than one pair. Also, if you think one is comfortable, but when you're on it all day, so I would recommend bringing multiple pairs of shoes so you can change them up.
That's like the best advice anybody has given. I always travel with one, but I'm realizing the rationale. I end up with little marks in the back of my ankles sometimes because I don't realize that just all the walking around the convention floor is going to rub, and there's consequences. So 2 pairs of shoes, y'all. That is the best answer I've received. What is your best form to carry all of your items? Backpack, fanny pack, suitcase, briefcase?
I use a fanny pack. I call it a butt pack, but
you shop online. They're butt packs.
But I shop online. So the key is you need multiple pockets. So don't get don't cheap out on it and get
pocket
like big pocket. You need multiple pockets so you can like put your phone in one, and it has to fit your phone. So that I use that. I do use a backpack too. So I'll have a backpack that I like stick. I'm lucky because we have a booth, so I just stick it behind in the booth. But a fanny pack is much safer. So there is some theft at conventions. So you don't really want to keep anything super valuable in your backpack because,
that makes sense.
Get at it. So I definitely recommend a fanny pack. I can recommend specific ones if people want to send me a message.
I mean, I'm interested.
I have a nice pinky purpley, like velvety one that would go nicely with your hair. What color is your hair going to be at Origins?
I don't know yet because this is coming out in a week. This has been in for over 2 months now, so my poor scalp needs a break. But I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe a blue, maybe a green.
Yeah.
Those are very like sea creature colors. We'll see. I got 2 months to really think about it. Well, that's half the fun too, is for me to like dress up and figure out like, what am I going to wear there? And that leads me into my follow-up question. Do you dress up? Do you cosplay at conventions?
I would love to, but I'm always working. So we have talked about doing like cosplay for the characters in our game, but I generally will wear like a official top from the company and black comfortable leggings. And it's usually board game conventions are very casual, which I love because I used to be in tech where everyone was in like khakis and polos. And I was like, oh, please do not make me wear a branded polo. So yeah, I generally will be like t-shirt, hoodies. I like to have a pockets if I can, and black leggings with pockets. And then, black Vans or some kind of comfy sneaks.
That's a very good setup. Comfortable from top to bottom.
And you just bring like you just wear the same thing every day, and then you don't have to think about it. And you might have a couple outfits for the evening, but I'm always too tired to change. Honestly, like I bring outfits and then I just don't end up changing because I'm too tired.
No, that's fair. I mean, you are genuinely working for like 12 hours. You know, it can be exhausting. You're talking. And while talking objectively is a lot of fun, it can be tiresome after like the 10-hour mark, you know?
Some people really dress up, and I'm really impressed by that.
I love dressing up. I don't leave my house a lot. So any opportunity I get to dress up I'll take it. How do you sustain yourself at conventions? Water, caffeine, other?
Water for sure. So I bring a water bottle, and we have snacks. So I bring snacks or I ship snacks ahead of time to myself at the hotel. And I've also used Shipt to like have stuff delivered to the hotel when we needed more snacks. So we generally like at our booth. If you know someone that works at a booth, a lot of booths, people don't know this, but booths like have snacks like behind the scenes or under the table. So, but generally a lot of water. And I actually like try not to eat too much at conventions, because when you eat like junk, it's easy to eat junky food. There's always like, that
it's
kind of stuff.
Easy. And then you feel like garbage after.
Yeah, I try to eat lighter because, I'm on my feet all day, and you just have more energy that way. So I try to eat as healthy as I can, but we have things like little granola bars, and we get bags of nuts. Like we try to get healthier snacks. But we also have like chips and other things for people that like that like that. And I drink caffeine. So we'll always, send someone off to get some coffee for us.
That is a must. I am
hotels that have like the Starbucks.
Yes. Go there right in the morning before you even start your day, and then you can get ready, bring your stuff down, go to the booth. Yep. No, I love that routine. And then finally, if you could have anybody at this convention, who would you like to see? Celebrity, game designer, you name it. This one is a bit of a thinker, because it's not like people are like, well, I would just like to see insert name, I
mean, I'm thinking every name I think of, they're dead. Like I was like, Elvis Presley.
Anybody knows necromancy, we can talk, but until then.
Yeah. So I'm not sure in terms of like famous people in the industry that I would want to meet. I mean, I feel like in the industry, people are really accessible, and you can kind of, talk to anyone and reach out to anyone, and people are friendly and they talk with you. And I've like had certain people, I want to meet this person, and I just ask people and people introduce you. So in terms of the industry, I feel like I wouldn't say it's easy to meet people, but if you can find them, they usually will talk with you. And I'm not like big on like caring if I meet like famous people. Like I went and waited in line for a long time with my daughter so she can meet like one of the guys from Stranger Things. And like, I did that with her, but like, that's not like my thing.
There's
but yeah,
zero appeal. Yeah.
But if Elvis was still alive, I would want to meet him.
Okay. What the follow-up question? What kind of games do we think Elvis would like? Because I don't think D&D would be his jam. I don't think there's enough. I think it's a little too structured.
improv games or like storytelling games or
You ever played Fiasco?
no, is that good?
It's an improv game where you have different scenarios, like after maybe 5 minutes of role playing. I think that would probably be fantastic. And Fiasco's got like a zero learning curve. You can act like the character you're about to be. You can play it.
I'd kind of like to see him play like dexterity games. It'd be like, he could like combine his moves with like, moving things around in the dexterity games. Like,
now I'm picturing like Dance Dance Revolution with Guitar Hero. Oh, yeah. And just like, can you do both? Has anybody done both before? Our producer says the game Flick 'em Up, which I'm not familiar with.
Yeah. Yeah, games like that. I was a massive Guitar Hero fan. I loved that game. I don't know if you play on the Oculus at all, but like now I play on the Oculus and it reminds me a lot of like Beat Saber the kids got me into Beat Saber, but now I do Supernatural, which is a workout game with all kinds of music and motivational coaches. And you're like, bam, bam. You have to like hit the things while you're doing the moves. And there's like squats and like, it's a really good workout. And people like are always posting like all the weight they've lost doing it. And I just love to get into music and, have a couple with a game. So
that's fantastic. Well, I think that's a board game with music.
I can't think of any board games with music.
I've played a tabletop game with music. It was by Evil Hat.
Yeah, like where music is an integral part of the game.
I have a book. Nope, not that book. This book, Micro RPG, and there's a game in here about music. And you have to like play music and it's relevant, but you have to play the radio, so it's meant to be random. So there are games like tabletop games that integrate that kind of stuff, but I don't know about board games. Adam is saying Drop Mix. Let me Google this right now.
That looked interesting. I haven't played Drop Mix, but it did appeal to me.
What is this?
Is that like a play mix, like a mixtape kind of game? And I bought a game when I was in Newport, Rhode Island, just a little gift shop that was like a mixtape game. I think it's just a trivia card game, but I loved the packaging.
Okay, yes.
Like a mixed cassette tape. I was like, I like this. I want to make a game in like cassette tape.
Ooh.
I don't know what kind of game I would make in a cassette tape, but I like the concept.
Yeah, a lot of potential there. Well, this looks like a void that should be filled. So, dearest viewers and listeners, if you are game producers, game designers, game writers, we like music, we like games, open opportunities. But until then, Debbie, could you let the folks know where they can support Wise Wizard Games, where they can find you, where they can buy your products, or just consume your content?
Yeah. Well, on Facebook, we're Wise Wizard Games. You can find us there, and we go live every week. We also have a YouTube channel, and we're on Twitch at Wise Wizard Game. I'm on Twitter at DebDeb. We're on Instagram at Wise Wizard Games and Board Game Wizard on TikTok. So yeah, there's a few places. You can email me at debbie@wisewizardgames.com if you want to reach out to me about anything specific that I talked about.
Fabulous. And then I guess we will see you at Origins Game Fair, which is coming up, y'all. Before we leave you, I probably should have double-checked any deadlines. Hello, dearest producer Adam. Are there any deadlines that I should let the humans know about? I am going to go ahead and say no. Looks like just keep an eye out for any updates that we have. Y'all just make sure that you can get your badge, and hopefully we will see you at Origins Game Fair. Until then, I have been your host, B Zelda. You can follow me on Twitter as @B_Zelda, and we will see you next week with some more Origin Game Fair, with some more Origin Spotlight. Until then, bye.
Bye.